The intricate dance between forbidden knowledge and the cold, mechanical reality of industrial magic is rarely as treacherous as the path tread by Delemhach, the masterful architect of the Ether Witch saga. In this gripping, high-stakes third movement, The Divining of a Devil, the veneer of Victorian Gothic elegance is violently stripped away to reveal a reality fueled by stolen divinity, systemic exploitation, and the terrifying, grinding gears of an occult industrial complex that refuses to be ignored. This isn't a story of casual wonder. It is a visceral, deeply intense plunge into the logistical nightmare of mastering volatile ether, the perilous collision between a burgeoning witch's morality and the absolute, unchecked malice of a society that views her power as a resource, and the terrifying truth that when you begin to divine the nature of a devil, you often find that the monster is not hiding in the shadows. It is signing the checks in the boardrooms. Delemhach hooks the audience instantly by constructing a high-stakes, hyper-focused trap. An ether witch, already balancing on the razor's edge of social and magical ruin, is forced to confront a discovery that could either burn the entire power structure to the ground or consume her entirely. The narrative center zeroes in on the protagonist's methodical, high-pressure descent into the divining, a state of heightened sensory perception where the threads of the ether become visible, but also inextricably linked to the dark, demonic currents feeding the city's industrial core. As she traverses the soot-stained, fog-drenched streets of the metropolis and the dangerously quiet, archive-locked corridors of the ruling elite, she realizes that her recent breakthroughs in ether manipulation are not successes. They are beacon lights for entities that have been waiting for an opening to cross over. The investigation into the city's true, demonic energy source quickly escalates into a dangerous, high-stakes tactical chess match as she discovers that the devil is not a singular entity, but a collective manifestation of the city's own greed and forgotten, blood-soaked history. Forced to juggle the logistical nightmare of managing dwindling ether reserves, the constant suffocating threat of the secret occult inquisition, and the mounting, undeniable encounter with the cost of her own rapidly evolving reputation, she must synthesize a new way of existing, one built on tactical deception, radical, improvised spellweaving, and an unyielding, purely human refusal to become the engine for the city's next catastrophic expansion. Delemhach's writing style is unapologetically intricate, machine gun fast, and saturated with an intense, authentic blend of Victorian occult jargon, sharp, blade-like prose, and high-stakes environmental dread. She builds exceptional structural tension by pairing the mundane, aching routines of her life, calibrating ether siphons, deciphering dead language scrolls, and enduring the quiet, crushing weight of constant, vigilant isolation with the chaotic, nightmare-filled assaults of the city's shifting, power-hungry industrial landscape. The story moves forward with a relentless, momentum-driven energy, turning routine analytical probes, calculated maneuvers through the district's secret, steam-filled alleys, and tense, high-stakes standoffs with lethal, gear-augmented enforcers into pulse-pounding steps closer to an inevitable, reality-defining confrontation. The presentation thrives on this sharp analytical focus, making every discovered signal, every executed ether stabilization command, and every deep-seated fear confronted feel like a high-stakes victory for the human spirit. What makes The Divining of a Devil an exceptional entry in the Gaslamp fantasy canon is Delemhach's unparalleled ability to develop a highly compelling, logic-driven witch whose intellectual discipline is treated as a supreme navigational asset rather than a tragic, fading memory. Watch as she transforms her experience with forbidden research into a compass, learning to navigate the chaotic ether streams to outmaneuver a corporate occult entity that operates with absolute, terrifying precision. As the structural walls of her carefully constructed anonymity begin to collapse and the true scope of the devil's influence is exposed, the pacing transforms into a breathless, heart-pounding race to maintain the shred of truth she carries before her identity is permanently unstitched by the city's relentless, power-hungry machinery. The final act is an absolute masterclass in suspense, delivering a barrage of explosive realizations, shattered paradigms, and a spectacular, jaw-dropping climax that completely leaves the reader thoroughly stunned. For fans of thrillers demanding a brilliant, character-driven, and masterfully paced exploration of industry and occultism, this book delivers an unforgettable shockwave.